your time at Mississippi State as a head coach, are there any, you won a lot of games there, right? But it didn't end well, at least public perception wise, and ended up with you leaving. Is there anything you've kind of reflected on from that time as a lesson you've learned, or anything you kind of feel like you've grown from that? I got a big announcement. I just released my brand new resource for anyone trying to get recruited to play college football. Whether you're a player, the coach of a player, a parent of a player, this resource will help you learn everything you need to know to dominate the college football recruiting process. It's called the Get Coaches to Call Game Plan, and inside I'll reveal the secrets that top recruits use to make dynamic highlight videos and get in touch with coaches, and I'll give you a step-by-step guide for how to get coaches to notice you and reach out to you. The best part is that it's totally free. All I need is your name and your email. Check the link in the show notes. Now let's get back to the podcast.
Yeah, there's a ton I've reflected from because, and it's ironic, but accurate that you use the word perception.
Yeah.
Right? Because, I took over a job where the prior head coach had averaged 7 wins a season for 9 years. It left for a lateral job in the same conference.
Yeah.
And then, I prior to signing the contract, asked what constitutes success here. And I was told getting to a bowl game every year, beating Ole Miss and improving recruiting.
Yeah.
And we went to 2 bowls. We were undefeated against Ole Miss. And I think we had the 2 highest rated recruiting classes in school history, or maybe the closest. Mm-hmm. And then, won 7 games per year. And, the coach after me went 19 and 17. And then 2 coaches combined after me went 24 and 24. So, sometimes you get caught in the tidal wave of, as you mentioned, a revisionist historian narrative, and there's no one to correct it, and you're not thinking of it as a coach. You're like, I'm just going to go to work and do what I do. So I'm obviously upset with the way it ended because, like I said, I had done as good as the guy prior to me and better than the 2 after me, and ended up without a job. But sometimes that's life in college football. Yeah.
Was being a head coach in the SEC what you expected when you walked in there?
It was frigging awesome. They say it just means more. It just means more. Yeah. And that is not a joke. So to have the opportunity to coach against, legends like, Nick Saban and Edo in that 2019 run, and, beating Auburn when they were a top 10 team, beating Texas A&M, and, the rivalry against Ole Miss. But, very few people in this profession are fortunate enough to be a head coach, even less to be a head coach in the SEC. So, there's certainly things I look back and, quite frankly, piss me off. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I look back and you left the SEC with a winning record, undefeated against your rival, and it's nothing that I'm ever going to hang my head about. So yes, it was incredibly challenging, but at the same time, it was incredibly rewarding. Yeah.
That's life, though, right?
That's life.
Things don't always go the way you want.
No, they don't. Proverbs 69 says, "A man plans his way, the Lord discerns his steps," and God answers every one of your questions. Sometimes the answer is no.
Yeah.